All right, I was gonna take Friday off. I got that sleep study to do tomorrow, and that's gonna be no fun. Like no fun at all. The pillows are terrible. It's very difficult to sleep. But when I got home today, and I saw this story breaking across the dash, I had to say something about it. There's multiple things I can talk about tonight. I was going to say some stuff for tomorrow morning, so bear with me. This is going to be a two-part show. This is part one tonight, and we'll be here 45 minutes to an hour. And then tomorrow morning, we'll talk about some other stuff. Because that's the way we do it, right? And that'll give me two shows over 2 days, and that'll give you 90 minutes of content if you all want to listen to two shows. So let's start with it is Friday night. This is my first Friday show in a minute. I'm getting my UFO show together. There's going to be some huge information allegedly on the 13th of November. Shout out to Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp. Now, I've been following George Knapp for about 26 years. So just hang out for that. I'm trying to really figure out a day to do that on. But I'm going to do that show. It is going to be a big ass show. So I'm going to call it the big ass UFO show. That's what it's going to be called. So a UFO UAP show. So I have come up with a name for it. So, and we'll have to see if YouTube lets me do it or not. So, but I want to start this evening. Shout out to everybody that's here now. Shout out to all you all who are in the midst of buying the PS5 Pro, a new TV or monitor for it. Make sure you get one with HDMI 2.1. They can do minimum, it can do 120 frames. Make sure you get that wide color gambit. And again, if you're talking to somebody at the store, that you tell them, I want a good TV for this PS5 Pro that I'm buying. Well, one of the first TVs they're going to show you is a Sony TV. And you start there. That's because it's a Sony product. They're going to like a Sony product, Sony TV. Okay? Then you start and you branch out from there. Make sure you have a decent budget, at least for what you want. You're going to need about $1,500 to get the TV. And you're going to need about $800 to get the monitor. So make your choice. It's cool, whichever you buy. Make sure you make the right purchase. Like I said, multiple things have happened this week, eye-opening things. First things first, remember the language of the poor people, which are the ones that are screaming that the PS5 Pro isn't worth it, and anybody who supports, I should say, the PS5 Pro is a corporate shill. Literally, that's what these guys were out here saying, because they're broke. And I've said multiple times, these guys are so broke that if they go to a park, the birds would try to feed them. That's how broke these guys are. So it is what it is. And we do not speak the language of the poor here. I can just speak for myself. As a black man, you have two choices in this country. Get your ish together or get left behind. And sorry to say, there are some black men out there that are sorry and have gotten left behind. And I'll break some news about the 4090 and the PS5. The 4090 is going to come with the redemption code that when you turn on your computer, you're just going to hear somebody say, bend over. That's what you're going to hear. You're just going to hear your computer when you turn it on. It's going to say bend over. That's who you are. Okay. So, like I said, it's straight up clown car with some of these dudes. So, but we're moving on. We'll start with this breaking story. If you didn't know, this came out of Comic-Con. Like, where'd this come from? Sony is at Comic-Con. Well, they're probably finished by now, but they're promoting their Kraven the Hunter movie, and they're promoting Venom. And the last Venom movie called The Last Dance. And this came out of Insomniac Games. They're also, if you don't know yet, they're porting it to PC through Nixus. And so it's going to be a good port. Marvel is not going to let them have a piss poor port. Say that 3 times after drinking a couple beers. Marvel Games is not going to let Sony have a piss poor port going to PC. So anybody who, if you listen to Sony, Sony said that they were going to start porting games to PC. They were going to start expediting that. And we told you guys that the expedition, them expediting it would probably bring it down to 15 to 18 months. And this is right at 13 to 14 months. And again, for me, I'm just going to give you my personal opinion. I'm glad they did this because if you play Spider-Man 2, the game Spider-Man 2, you play the game Spider-Man 2, it has a beginning, middle, and end. And in the game, you get to play as Venom pretty much the entire second act. The entire second act, you get to play as Venom. Pretty much 80% of the second act. So I really don't know what else can be done. Venom was, I won't spoil the game, but you get to play as Venom. Okay? You get to play as Venom, and the game is fun. All right, it's one of the better games I've just had the pleasure to play. I recommend you play it. So, but you all go check it out and make sure that we can't take screenshots anymore. At least I don't know how to do it without using some kind of stupid PlayStation app. But just make sure you play it and enjoy it. But it is a long game. I mean, I was probably 35 hours in it, and I did all not DLC. I did all the side missions with Mysterio. I did all those missions. There were like 10 of them. I did all the Sandman missions. I did all of them. So just enjoyed the game. Got a lot of different suits, a lot of different cool upgrades. But there is no DLC for Spider-Man 2, and I'm happy that it's out because there's just you don't want to overexpose something. They did good with this game. It was nominated, I think, for Game of the Year. I think somebody can look back on that, and it's a very good game. And I don't know why people want all this extra long exposure. It's okay if you do. It's just I'm glad that they said, you know what, we got a really good thing with this. Let's just leave it alone. They've already teased some stuff with Logan, with Wolverine. So that is good. That is good. And they need to move on. They being Insomniac, and Sony needs to move on to their new IP. You cannot, in one breath, think that you can say, where's the new IP? And then them moving on to new IP, which is what you say you want, which is fine. And then you turn around in the same breath and say, where's the DLC? Because those two things are contradicting each other. I mean, hopefully that makes sense to you guys, okay? You want new IP, which is perfectly fine. Then they have to move on to new IP. They're moving on to new IP. And that's what I would like for them to do. I want to see the Wolverine game in next year. I'm excited about Wolverine and Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that. That's what I am. The Kojima game, Death Stranding 2. Those are three big games that I am extremely excited for. And probably those are three games I'm going to purchase. I am going to purchase those games. These games are going to go up in price. That's why they're selling you early access to these games. So if you don't think Rockstar Games won't charge you $100 to $129 to play Grand Theft Auto 3 to 5 days early, are you not going to buy that? Everybody's going to buy that. So I've been trying to tell people Grand Theft Auto is going to be the first $100 game standard, and I still believe it. I just do. And remember, I'm the guy that told you to have $700 ready for your Pro, and that was not a guess. That's what your market will actually tolerate, $700. Okay, why your Pro is $700, because the market will tolerate it, and it's selling. But don't get caught up. Shout out to what Digital Foundry said. It was never intended to be this one-to-one replacement. And anybody who's trying to tell you that and sell you that is just full of shit. So, and that is my opinion. If you thought it was, you thought it was. So, but I really wanted to break that down. Hope you're experiencing stuttering. I do apologize. Corey Massey said he was at Comic-Con when this broke. Okay. well, shout out to you for going to Comic-Con. I didn't know you were going to do that. I would have had you come on tonight, talk about Comic-Con. So, Nini says that these Xbox dudes, I don't know why you guys are concerned with the Xbox at all. Like, I don't. I don't get it, okay? I don't have an Xbox. I don't care what the Xbox does anymore. I certainly, if they come out with a handheld, I will definitely look to purchase it. I have Game Pass on my PC. Well, no, I don't have it anymore. I canceled it. I don't even have Game Pass on my PC because I'm playing my flight sim game. So that's the predominant game I'm going to play. So, but next year is big. I mean, you got Grand Theft Auto, you got Death Stranding, you got Ghost of Yotai or Yoti. I mean, you got a lot of stuff coming. All right, you may have, these are games that have been confirmed. And now remember, there was no roadmap for Sony. Oh no, what are they going to do? And now you got this. You got a return to horror games. The Alan Wake game, Resident Evil allegedly coming out. The Silent Hill, which is scary as F, and then you have a good game, not a great game, but a good game in Until Dawn, which was just okay with the PS4. It wasn't great, but it caught fire on college campuses. So Toolman55 said he's got the LG C4. Yeah, great TV. Great TV. I'm not buying one. I can't afford it. This is why I said before, if you can't buy something, just say you can't afford it. You know how many times I've gone into a store and say, man, I can't afford that. Oh, I can't buy that. I was at the suit store, getting my suit tailored up, because I've lost weight, had to get my suit, gotten it redone. And I'm like, oh man, that's a real nice looking shirt and tie over there. And then I saw how much it cost. I'm like, shit, I ain't buying that. So, I mean, again, when you grow up with a bunch of, you grow up and you're entitled, you don't understand how to process that kind of information. So you don't understand how. Oh, if you're Corey, how did the two movies look? Did you see any trailers? Did you see anything for Craven? Like a tease trailer or something like that? You saw Monster Hunter's Wild. Oh, it was running on the Pro. All right. Well, put a 1 in there, Corey, if you were impressed with it. This is what the game looked like, And they told you it was on the Pro. Well, that's good news, right? Hey, you need to. Damn, I should have had you come on up here. They canceled the co-op mode again. Okay. The only thing about the co-op mode is I would have liked to see them do it on the fly, like Grand Theft Auto 5 was. You know how they did Grand Theft Auto 5? You could hit that button, your D-pad, and sometimes you could switch to Trevor, Franklin, or Michael. You could switch to all of them if you wanted to. That would have been cool, but all right. So all they told you was on the PS5 Pro. So you saw which is a third-party game, which is something you all have to remember. Sony's got major third-party support. There's over 72 games that are going to be available on. Now that includes first-party too, but they've got a lot of second and third-party games on that Pro. So we're gonna be fine. I think we're gonna be. What do the kids say? We're gonna be eating good. That's what you guys say. So. See the comparison between the PS5 Pro version and the PC version. Yeah, we'll see. Again, your PS5. I'm trying to tell you, your PS5 version, Pro version, will be the same as their high-end PCs. It's going to be the same thing. I mean, like J-Dub said, the fact that they're now having to compare the PlayStation mid-gen refresh to a high-end PC. And it just shows you how bad the PC community has fallen. So, yeah, I returned on a Friday night. Yeah, I did. Now, Nini says he has a 55-inch Samsung Galaxy Arc 4K 155 hertz ready for his Pro. So he's Pro ready. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of us already are. I mean, I think most of us already have our TVs and monitors, but it's hard to believe Black Friday is 4 weeks away. Is it 4 weeks away? Yeah, it is almost. It'll be 4 weeks away, and the console comes out. Well, it's more than 4 weeks. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 5 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks away, and the console comes out in 3 weeks. Now I don't know what day it comes out on. So what I'm trying to do. Here's my guess on when this console comes out. I think. Let me flip the calendar here. Okay, so I think it ships on the 6th. This is just me. I mean, this is no inside information. I think it's going to ship on the 6th to be at our doors. This is to be at PlayStation Direct. It'll be at our doors on the 7th. Okay, which sucks because that's election day. So somebody else told me it may ship on election day. Or some other people are saying it may ship that Friday. Can you imagine that if it ships? What is that? What if it ships the 2nd? Somebody else told me that it's going to ship the 2nd. I think it ships the first Monday in November. So, we bleed blue podcast. Is there such a podcast as that? There's such a podcast as that? So they show the PS5 Pro, the Capcom booth, and the Bandai Namco booth were both playing. What did Bandai Namco have playing on the Pro? That's interesting. And yeah, you ought to be putting that on the Twitter. I mean, I'm going to quote you on that, Corey. Is that cool? I'll say shout out to Corey Massey, who went to Comic-Con and saw 2 games running on the Pro. So that's what I want to put down there. So, but what games did they show? All right, you said Capcom game was Monster Hunter. What did Bandai Namco show? So, if not, I won't do it. You can get full credit for it though. So, but yeah. And then how is the New York Comic Con? Is it going as well as I thought it would? The first game I'm booting up on my Pro, it's probably going to be The Last of Us Part 1. That's me personally. It's going to be different for everybody. Last of Us Part 1. So, you're on the train now, like leaving Comic-Con? You're leaving Comic-Con? But yeah, did you see any games from Bandai Namco? Hold on, did Bandai Namco make what is the name of that game? Rise of Ronin? Did they make that game? Is that what they made? I can't remember. I never played it. So, heard it was a good game though. So, you got the TLC, the QM8 on the way. Yeah, Wizards happy. They show Sparkling Zero. Okay, cool. What kind of TVs did they have, Corey? Because each one of those companies don't make TVs. You recall what kind of TV they were on, or were you so blown away by what you saw? So, were you so blown away by what you saw, or were you impressed by what you saw? So, it's Koei. Okay. Is it Bandai Koei? Okay. So, but yeah, back to Spider-Man. I'm glad that there's no, and I'm not saying that to be funny or be facetious. I'm like, the game, it has a beginning, middle, and end. And it has a transition. I was talking about this the other day. It has a transitional point in the end cutscene. It has that for us. And I didn't want to read too much into it until the confirmation of the no DLC. So now we know who our 2 Spider-Man are going to be in the next Spider-Man game. It's going to be Miles Morales and Cindy Moon. That's fine. Oh, Corey, did you see any of the Silk cartoon? Did they talk about Spider-Man Silk any? Capcom TV was a Sony OLED, Bandai was Samsung. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, Rise of Ronin is Koei. Okay, I couldn't remember. Hell, I'm an old man. So, you leaving Comic-Con? Yeah, but I wanted to hear some more about that Spider-Man Silk cart, because it's going to be a cartoon. That's the way she's going to be introduced to you guys, is through a cartoon. So hopefully the cartoon does well. But she's going to be I believe she's going to be one of the Spider-Man in the next Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man game. It's just going to be Miles Morales. And remember, Insomniac said years ago that their definitive Spider-Man for their universe, for their game, is going to be Miles Morales. So, oh, they showed trailer. How did that Kraven trailer look? Did you like it? And who do you know who Kraven is hunting? Did they at least give you a sense of who Kraven is hunting? So shout out to Corey Massey. This is like on the spot reporting we're doing here. Corey coming from the subway. So they didn't talk about oh yeah, we said I read that. Okay. So, but yeah, shout out to Corey Massey for the real time update here. So but yeah, you guys can ask questions if you want to. But and remember, digital and PSSR is already better than FSR. Told you guys. Told you. And it's also better than the video's upscaling at the first time they did upscaling. It's already better than that. So in about 20 months, 20 to 24 months, it's gonna be better than the video stuff. It just will be. You know, it'll happen. Don't worry about it. You know, it'll happen. So Corey Massey says, I'm sorry. Wizard says, in France, we don't got that much choice. It's 2K TV or nothing. Well, that's 1440p. So you got 1440p, and you're happy with that TV for only $600 with 4K, VRR, ALLM. Thanks to you had an idea, but the U8K is the same. Okay. Yeah, he was at Comic-Con. Shout out to Corey Massey. If you ever get a chance, try to go to a Comic-Con. They've got a real nice one in Miami next year if you want to go to one. I did a Comic-Con. That's when I met Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I think that's what she called herself. But I worked security. A friend of mine, William, I mentioned him here before. He worked that event, and it was when just me and him. It was like 9 of us that did security for Elvira. And you wouldn't recognize her without her makeup. Like, you just would not recognize it. So, 2,000 euro. Ooh. Looks like Morpheus. It was a sizzle. Oh, okay. All right. It's a sizzle reel. All right. So, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that movie. Because that could be a bounce back movie because Madam Web did terrible. Like, Madam Web is the worst movie I've ever seen, and I watched Skyline. If you want to see a really bad movie, like if you have a spouse or an ex-girlfriend, you get them that movie and say, honey, we're going to watch this tonight. And then your spouse will hit you. I mean, they will hit you in your mouth for having watched that movie. That's how bad Skyline is. So... But but what else is going on out there? This is a Friday show. Supposed to have your beer and all that kind of stuff. So do I need to get a hype song for Friday? A Friday hype song? Oh man. But yeah, I figured Kraven would be a good movie. That's a good character to look into. So, but yeah, I'm excited about that. So I'm excited about Sony's Venomverse without Venom, because this is the last Venom movie we're going to see. So, but yeah, I appreciate Corey Massey doing this. Appreciate it. Let's see here. About to lose service, but you will join the show tomorrow. Oh yeah, well yeah, I'll get a show for tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do a show tomorrow morning. Bye. Normal 9:30 time. Like I said, I wanted to do this for about 30 to 40 minutes. You know, it's Friday. I know you all got better things to do than to talk to me. listen to me. So now I got other things I want to do myself. So this is my day. Or evening, because I've got that sleep study to do tomorrow night. So that's, I mean, that's my day. I mean, it's gonna suck for me, but it is what it is. So, let's see here. But he said Kraven looks good. He saw a couple games running on the Pro. He saw it live. Okay, that's great news. I think that's fine. I think it's fair. All right. So we just shout out to Corey Massey. But as far as what other people are saying about the Sony, the no DLC here, make sure you vote in my poll. Are you surprised about there's no DLC for Spider-Man 2? I mean, to me, I would have thought you all would have figured it out by now because there ain't been no announcement. So it's like, yeah, there's this. If you play Spider-Man 2, you know that it had a beginning, middle, and end. So I don't know why in the world you all were so obsessed by it. So, oh my goodness, I got further on that Forbidden West yesterday. That girl, Sakaya, whatever her name is, man, she's got some kind of weapon that is bringing down those, what are those things called that fly? Man, she was bringing them down to the ground single-handedly. Single-handedly bringing them down to the ground. So, and I'm like, man, this is great. This is fantastic. Mary Wilcox in the house with the big M. She said, okay, so Insomniac has no story DLC plans. It's not the end of the world. And neither is the PC port. The game sold well, very well, one platform, but Crybaby's going to cry. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. And again, I literally keep on trying to say they were already going to do this. So, yeah, I don't know why it's such a big deal for some people. Not all people. Oh, also, shout out to... All right, I saw an upload from J-Tech today, and he said that GameStop has dropped the amount of money for the Pro. I'm sorry, for the PS5. That GameStop has dropped the amount of trade-in money on the PS5, and he said it came down a whole $25. I mean, like that was a big deal. Like I spent $30 on Grubhub the other day. Oh man, y'all gotta see the upload, man. I got tickled. Like I was literally in a room. I was in a room trying to get a room ready for a patient, right? And I saw that upload. And I'm like, again, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand this. If you can't, I'm going to give you my opinion. But here's my opinion. I'm Dave Ramsey on here. If you can't afford to pay cash for it, then don't buy it. I mean, that's it. That's my advice to you all going forward in your lives. If you can't pay cash for it, then don't buy it. This is going to save you all so much hassle down the road. All right? You got people out here financing game controllers. Well, man, I can't afford the $200, but yeah, I can pay that $21.50 for the next 2 years. And I've said before, what else have I said? If you have to finance it, pay it off in 90 days. 90 days. That's all I'm asking you to do. All right? Don't do it, people. Don't do it. So I'm just trying to help you out here. You don't have to take my advice, but you're going to wish you did. You're going to make yourself famous out here. I mean, when they come busting in your house and talking about we taking the TV and the computer because you didn't pay your financing. Yeah, we're just like, oh no. Oh yeah. The way we roll it over here. Okay? Look, I bought that PSVR 2, right? I didn't go in there and finance that at Best Buy. I bought that thing with pretty much cash on the barrel here, to the point where I had to override my code that I have from my bank. I had to override that. Like, yeah, you can pay for that. So you can pay. We're paying for this right now. Interest is going to leave you worse than Chocolate Thunder. Yeah, maybe. That interest will kill you. That 91st day, I'm telling you, the 90th day, if it ain't paid off, when you get to 91 days, you are F. You are going to get bent over. And look, I've been there. I have been there. I have done that. So listen to somebody that got the real world experience. At least take it into consideration. You know, when somebody said that they were going to buy the PlayStation Elite controller and they were going to finance it, I about cried. I about choked. I got choked. I got choked up. I'm like, what? You can't afford a controller? If you're broke, just say you're broke. Okay, that's remember, you know, that's but look, I know people are gonna finance a car, okay, finance a home. But if you finance a car, you pay it off as fast as you can because the car depreciates as soon as you drive it off the lot. You know, that's not an investment. That's just, I get it. You gotta have a car to go back and forth to work or something like that. But damn. You got everything minus the portal. Yeah, so do I. I kind of noticed that today. I've got the 3D headsets. I've got a slim PS5, and I've got a PS5. I got the controller for Astro. I've got the disk drive now, and I've got the, what is this called? The stand. I've got that. I'm good. The DualSense Edge is a game changer. Yeah, and for $200, it should be. But I'm not talking about the quality. I'm talking about the people who can't afford it and they finance it. It's like, no, don't do this, guys. Come on, do not do stuff like this. You know, it's not worth. If it's worth it, then just work harder to get it. Okay. At least the 4090 comes with a bottle of lube. Yeah, I mean, the 4090 comes with a redemption code that tells you to bend over. So you got the day one PS. So do I. But it's just hearing people that I was just laugh. I didn't laugh. I just got tickled when it was like this. You got to see the video. It's hard to explain. And maybe it was just where I was at in the clinic and the kind of day I was having. It could have been that, but I just got tickled and started laughing. I'm like, okay. The thing is. Didn't GameStop do a $370 trade-in on the PlayStation 5 towards the Pro? It was something like that. And a lot of people did it or just going without playing their PlayStation. And I almost did it, but I'm like, man, I'll be fine. I can pay this off. I mean, you're better off paying it off, and then just taking your Xbox, your PlayStation 5 in and just getting cash for it. You know, let's get cash for it. So, but again, guys, I mean, just try not to finance stuff like that. I mean, you know, if your car breaks down, you got to finance that. Okay. You know, that's if your car breaks down. So, and again, I'm just, but don't do that, guys. Come on now. So, I got tickled, and it was because of the way it was being said. I'm like, it's like being said like, I can't believe they're doing this. It's like, okay, well, all right, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But guys, I want to get off here. It's Friday. I am tired. My back is hurting. I'm going to lay down and watch my these Wednesday shows. So my what is it? Chicago Wednesdays, whatever it's called, One Chicago series. I'm gonna watch that. So, but we'll set up another one tomorrow morning. We'll talk about Digital Foundry calling out things, and I need to do an election show, and I need to do an election show today. So let me lay down and rest, and I'll do an election show after Linus Tech Tips. Great, there you go. There's just some financial awareness there, guys. I mean, it's not, you can't walk into the store and pay cash for it. Don't do it. And if you finance it, pay it off in 90 days. All right. My HOTAS that I got, I financed my HOTAS, but I paid it off in 60 days. Now I had a 6-month same as cash, and I paid it off in 60 days. So, but guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Well, I may do I may do an election show tonight, but nothing's really changed from my old map that I had up. You all want to go check that out. But all right, guys, I will talk to you all later. You all stay blessed. You all take it easy and enjoy the games. I'm really enjoying Forbidden West. Yeah, like I said before, that I can see why that girl wants to kiss Aloy. Because Aloy looking like a cute snow bunny. All right, then, guys. I'll talk to you guys. Remember, no DLC for Spider-Man 2. Woohoo! Deuces.